GreenLite. Hi, I'm Ray of Sunshine. I'm so excited that you're here with me today to hear about the green light. And I promise you, it's not the kind of green light you're thinking of. Maybe you're not familiar with how this learning, loving, and loving living presentation is designed. I explain it in lots of different ways in lots of previous videos. But if you're thinking of green light in terms of green go, yes, it has something to do with that. But it's not the. It's about me learning how to fly. It's about you learning how to fly. Did somebody send you this video? Apparently, they think you might have an interest. But it's not the kind of green light you're thinking of, and I'll tell you a little bit about how it came about. First of all, if you've seen any of my presentations before, you may have caught me in my gray winter robe oftentimes. The darkness had spurts of light here and there. But now we're heading to a big burst. Together. Big burst. Because that's what would happen. I'd be oh my God, here comes a message and I'm not ready for it. I'm in my robe and... You might have noticed you caught me in my robe again. Although this one's a little bit... First spotted me, some of you were wondering, geez, I wonder what it would be like to wake up next to him in the morning. Different than other times. I do have other videos where you caught me in my robe, and that was just a matter of, oh, here it comes. Here comes the message. I've progressed from my gray winter robe to this blue one, and I'm wearing lots of moons. There's a moon here, there's a moon here. This one here is a new moon. Well, it was new for me that I just got from Sweet Moon's Tarot. And, I have lots of moons, and we have the sun and the moon, moons and stars and suns everywhere, all around my sanctuary. If you've visited my sanctuary before, you have seen some of them. Here's this one here. This is a tile that was made by one of my favorite people, which has the sun, the star, and the moon. I have my blue moon glowing in honor of the April 16th full moon, which is just as significant, if not more, than any blue moon that's ever come along, right here behind the Sphinx. And why you would want to go to look at one of my previous videos. Hey, between you and me, the reason you want to go back there is because... And the biggest reason, the umbrella reason, is that there's a life changer. You're going to see exactly what I talk. When you go look at some of those earlier rays of sunshine, it'll become apparent, it'll become clear instantly what I'm talking about when I say I'm here to illustrate in one of them there before videos. I want to fill you in a little bit about where the breakthrough you've been waiting for. I have lots of Egyptian kind of artifacts around here, which you may have seen if you've ever been on a tour of my sanctuary, and I recommend that. I'm here to illustrate a progression because you're going to see instantly what I'm talking about. Like video number 1, video number 2, that's a free tour of my sanctuary that goes back. I've been making these videos for over a year now. So my first one was my pilot video. It was 25 minutes and 26 seconds of on the edge of your seat excitement. And actually, it's not exciting and it's not a very good video, but it's an amazing message. It's a message about trauma, a trauma in my life that led to me being right here, right now, with you. So that's an important one. Videos number 1 and 2 is a tour of my sanctuary. So you'll see a lot of my Egyptian stuff there. But it kind of fits in with my theme here. The theme of my whole video presentation, which shows a progression. It shows a transition. And it's sort of set up on the ABC model. And so I talk a lot of the Egyptian stuff. All belonged to my husband, Sid, and a lot of them I gave him as gifts before he passed away. And so I have a big collection of it. Interestingly, I stumbled across the green light. A new day is dawning. And that's probably why somebody shared this video with you. You can probably learn from their example. As a result of a tarot card reading that I was looking at by Cleo. Cleo is the name that my husband Sid used to refer to himself as when he was alive. Cleo, yeah, you know the Cleo I'm talking about, right? So Cleopatra's empire is a tarot reader that gave me this idea. She was reading the cards and said, you know what, why don't you try this meditation? The thing to realize is it's a metaphor for life. And sometimes life is a freak show. So this whole presentation illustrates that. We're all in this together. North, south, east, west, earth, air, fire, the elements. You can represent different things. We're all in this together. So I said, oh, I'm going to try that. So I looked around for some crystals, and I'm going to tell you about the crystals that I found to use for this purpose. This is the first one that I discovered, which was near my kitchen sink at the bottom of a glass. And several months ago, I got a message from the Galactic Federation, and they were talking about cleaning up and soul cleaning. And, they were explaining that, that's no different than body cleaning. You take a shower, you take a bath, you wash up. Your soul needs cleaning too. And so that is left to, I'm not going to go with the dustpan and brush and clean my soul, right? However, there are entities that maybe be good at that, better than me. And so the process that they explained was to put a crystal in a container and fill it with water when you go to bed at night. And then, during the course of the night, the angels, the entities, the divine beings can do what they do to clean up your soul. It's easier to choose to focus on something different. And the focus could be deliberately changing focus. Focusing on happiness. What makes you happy? Whose happiness are you here for? So this was crystal number 1 that I chose. Crystal number 2 is this one here. And this is one of my favorite ones. This was given to me by one of my favorite people, David. Now, David gave me this several years ago. I was in love with David. He wasn't able to be in a relationship with a man, so that didn't work out. But so this is the other crystal, crystal number 2. The third, if you've seen some of my other presentations, you've heard about such thing as too much happy. So why not contribute to it? Hey, did somebody send you this video on a silver platter? Well, now it's your turn to silver platter somebody else. The third one is this crystal right here. And this is a crystal ball that I got at the request of my husband, Sid, one day. Sid used to, I have lots of stories about Sid in a lot of my earlier videos, too, that I think you'll find interesting. 2 things. Share this video so we can all be on the same page and discover what makes your heart dance. Let me tell you what this says. Pleasure. And then I want to tell you a little bit about me, and I want to tell you a little bit about you and why you're here. One of the interesting things about Sid is that he used to talk to dead people. And so he was in the process of refining his psychic abilities. And so he thought that getting a crystal ball would be something that would be beneficial for him. And he asked me to buy him a crystal ball. And I said no, because I wasn't going to spend that kind of money. And I can't even imagine what they must cost now, because it cost a lot then. But anyway, I gave in as a surprise. I bought it for him for his birthday. And then what happened since then is just recently, within the past few weeks, I decided, hey, you know what? I got this crystal ball sitting there. Maybe I can learn how to use it. And so I put it here in this section of my sanctuary and meditated and stared at it and waited for a message and waited and watched and waited and watched. No message yet. However, I'm persistent. I have not given up hope. So that's the third crystal that I decided to use for my meditation. And here's the fourth one, which is also located in the same area of my sanctuary. The interesting thing about this one, when I decided to use it, is that it was sitting there with this hanging on it, which is an earring that belonged to my husband Sid, because he was a big nut. I talk about this on some of the other videos. He's a big nut for Christmas and holidays and all that kind of stuff. And so he would get all decked out, and he had different things. In fact, I thought this one here might light up, but it doesn't. But he had earrings like this, like a wreath with a Santa Claus inside of it that would, you have this little push button thing, and the lights would start flashing. He had all kinds of stuff like that. So anyway, this was one of his favorite earrings, and I have it on display just hanging here on this crystal. So this is the green light I've been waiting for, and I'm going to tell you about that in just another moment. First of all, I'm going to tell you about this fortune cookie that I came across yesterday. I had Chinese takeout food, and if you've been on my program before, you know that at one time I had this thing full of fortune cookies, and they weren't the kind of fortune cookies that came in from a Chinese restaurant or a Chinese place. These were slips that I made out with all different topics. So it was one of the formats that I used at one time to have different topics to introduce, to talk about on this program. And so this is one that I came across yesterday, and I'm going to put on. I wore these, by the way, because you can see that they kind of match the whole decor here, the outfit. Before I do that, too, let me model. I don't think I modeled these glasses yet, and I don't really need them to read, but some people think I look interesting with glasses. Attend to business. Leave that street side flower alone. So, the usual routine, I get a fortune cookie and I'm looking at it and I say, what the hell does that mean? I don't know what are they talking about? Stick it in my wallet, bring it home, leave it on the counter. And so now, just before I was loading up all my paraphernalia to come in here to do this presentation, I'm thinking, I better grab the fortune slip, and I better figure out what it means. Well, what it means to me, anyway, is that now is not the time to be stopping to smell the roses, so to speak. Now is not the time to be dazzled by a street side flower. Now is the time to devote to the flowers that need your attention. Now is the time to devote to you and the other sunflowers who are all here on this planet right now, at this very second, to blossom. Look, now here I am in this whole field of sunflowers with you and all these other sunflowers. That's what we're here for, to blossom. And so that's what this program is all about. And I repeat the same things over and over and over and over again on every single one of my previous videos. Did somebody send you this video on a silver platter? That's good news. They catch it on. So the beauty of that is I don't really have to repeat it again in yet another video, because I can just send you back there to see the message. However, I am going to repeat this one because it's the crux of this whole program. Are you ready? You don't even have to take notes. It's not that hard to remember. Share this video. That's the whole plan. What we need to accomplish is to get all the sunflowers together right here so that we're all on the same page. Get it? Let me tell you why that might be important. I gather information from lots of places, lots of different places, lots of places that people have no interest in whatsoever. And I was kind of surprised over these past couple of years, really, to run into so many people who have no clue of the trajectory that we are on this planet. The trajectory. I have trouble saying that word. Trajectory right now. Here's an example of something that I know about you, which I learned from gathering this information from all kinds of different places. Places that many people might not be exposed to. places that people might not have an interest in. No, bullshit. No, not for me. Lots of different places. Here's something I know about you. I discovered this from all of those places that I study. You are amazing. I am also amazing. And so are you. And that's exactly why I want to take you on this journey. So the reason I know that is because I know that I'm amazing. And that's what we have in common. Amazing. Don't always feel that way. And so, that's what happened with me in this whole video presentation. I was not ready. Although it shows a progression. That's why it's important for you to go back there and take a look at some of the arrays of all the rays of sunshine. Because it shows a progression. It shows a progression of going from a time of confusion, maybe a time of misunderstandings, a time of really being with the program. Here's the goal. The goal is to get us all. So all pretty much says it all. I mean, what is there not to understand about that? Or what is there to come together here on the same page? And the way we're going to accomplish that is by you sharing this video, just like you got it. Somebody probably shared it with you and you got it on a silver platter. You share it on a silver platter with all the people on your contact list. It's as simple as that. All is all. So it's not complicated. It's not hard to figure. My plan here is to get us all on the same page. And then we all come together on the same page and create the kind of world that we believe we deserve. And we do. We are amazing because we are incredible. The creators and the created. Incredible creators. Here's the thing about the green light. I've been waiting for a while now to get the green light. And the green light is the green light on this program, the Go. So I told that bunch, whoever that bunch is, the same bunch that does the soul cleaning every night. I told that bunch, give me the green light when it's time. Because there's no such thing as too much happy, so why not contribute to it? Here's our opportunity to come together and be on the same page of this experiment, this great experiment. An experiment that no one's ever been on before. The experiment of peace on earth. I have trouble saying that word. Trajectory of the trajectory. So you can see that trajectory illustrated in my entire video presentation. And you'll continue to see it illustrated as we take each other by the hand and grab all the other sunflowers on the planet, which is why it's important that you share this video with somebody. There's no such thing as too much happy, so why not contribute toward it? So I have lots of ways, lots of suggestions on how you can accomplish that in all my before videos, so that we're all on the same page and we all blossom. We blossom into the uniqueness of you. As you know, as human beings, we are resilient, we are resourceful, we are creative, we are amazing creators. The whole idea of this whole video series is discovering the uniqueness of you. I'm willing to do something different, to discover something different, and to allow myself to be put on display, doing something different to discover something different, to make a difference. 11:11. Isn't that cool? It kind of fits in with my theme here. The theme of my whole video presentation, which shows a progression. It shows a transition. I was taking a little walk in the cemetery, which is something I do often. My best friend Sid used to do that a lot too. He used to actually speak to the people that were buried there. I don't do that. I just walk around and speak to myself. However, I came across this. Check this out. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. It's 11:11. Isn't that cool? It's playtime. Create you. Create you.
Do something different to discover something different.
Create you.
To make a difference.
It's playtime. Create you.